What are some actionable things where people, you said you started on the side, like what can people do to dive into this to get started on the side while they're still working?
Yeah, good question. I mean, I spent probably a year or two, reading books, podcasts, YouTube videos. There's like a baseline level of knowledge that, you shouldn't be jumping into doing, real estate investments until you understand like fundamentals. But past that point, I think there's kind of diminishing returns for continuing to study and not like taking action. And I know a lot of people that are kind of stuck in that mode of like, they're in their third, fourth year of like, analysis paralysis of, I don't know if this is the right strategy or that. I'm reading this book. So yeah, I guess my advice would be like at some point when you feel comfortable, go do something, whether it's
Maybe feel still like a little uncomfortable. It's
yeah,
okay to take action. Yeah.
exactly. You're never, and I guess that's another point is like you're never going to be fully comfortable, or you shouldn't be. You should always be kind of like a little bit feeling uncomfortable about the next step, but with the confidence that people you can talk to, you have some knowledge to fall back on. So yeah, I would say like whatever the structure of your life is, if you have time after work, time before work, like there is time in your life that you can dedicate to doing something else. You just have to make it a priority. And whether it's 15 minutes a day or an hour or whatever it is, like find something and just chip away at it. Just chip away. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you have a structure in your life where you can like allocate time to it consistently, eventually you'll start getting traction. And whether it's a real estate investment or something else, you'll be able to make progress on that side project.
Oh man, there's so much stuff that you just said was so good. So first of all, I'm a true believer there's always some space in your life. Like truthfully, my wife and I, we love our time in the evening. Like I would never give that up. But even before that time, like there's always a little bit of time I could squeeze in some knowledge, a podcast while I'm driving. That's where I learned actually a lot of stuff was podcasts. It's like what drove me to start this, honestly. Like to take an hour while you're driving to and from work or whatever it is and listen to something educational it's not as hard as you might think. So I love your attitude about that. It's super true. Squeeze it in. There's definitely time where you could learn. The other thing you said was like education, right? I mean, I always preach that too. It's like get the knowledge first, even though it's frustrating, but you kind of have to have a baseline, like you said. And I think maybe the most important thing is take action. You have to put that knowledge to work. Otherwise, you'll be sitting in the same place you are basically forever.